Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I know I haven't been on here in a while, but I wanted to, give a small reminder, inshallah, it won't be long, um, about the foundation of everything that we should be doing. It's a reminder for myself, too. It's a reminder for all the other people out here trying to do good things and trying to help people. I started a group, and this group is basically called Conversation on Indigenous Aboriginal Topics. Okay, I'm not gonna get into the reason. All of that because obviously, I believe that we are Aboriginal people of America. Matter of fact, I know for a fact that we always been here, and this is our land. And the reason that I'm talking about this is because I think that a lot of times that when we get responses, whether they're fatwa, we ask scholars and things like that, the responses that we get are based on the history that is told about us. And so sometimes those things can be misleading and may not be the right responses because the history is not being told in the correct way. So when you talk to me and you respond to me, you're responding to me based on a fictional background story that was told about me and my people. So how can it work if you're not being told real facts? And that's what I'm saying. Everything has to be factual, given to scholars so they can give us the most complete response that helps us. And a lot of times that when we want to aid ourselves or aid our people, it's almost as if we got to get permission. It's almost as if we got to get permission to help our people. This is strange to me. It's almost as if every time we want to help ourselves, we got to call somebody. That doesn't make it's like as if we're children. As if I gotta call somebody to get them to tell me that it's okay to help my people. And that doesn't make any sense to me. That doesn't make any sense. And it also people think that we don't understand the manhaj. These basic manhaj principles that says when we work with people, how should we work with them? Okay? Because we have a principle in Islam. تعاون على البر والتقوى ولا تعاون على الإثم والعدوان واتقوا الله. We have a principle that we aid in the support upon goodness and piety and not upon sin and transgression. Okay? So, man, if a Christian comes up to me and he wants me to help clean up the block, I'm going to help this Christian man clean up the block. If a Nation of Islam member comes to me and say, hey, we have a way to make housing affordable in the black community so they don't have to be on section, they can end up owning the homes. Okay, and we need somebody to help back it financially, and we have the money to do that, we should be doing that. Okay, we're not talking about supporting somebody's aqidah. We're not talking about supporting somebody's kufr and bad behavior. We're talking about aiding other human beings to be better human beings or not to be as oppressed. That's what we're talking about. And we shouldn't, it's like we're afraid to talk about helping our people because we're scared of the response of some other human being. I'm a man. I'm not afraid to say I'm gonna help my people. Okay? So, and we have to start explaining to the ulama our reality. But if we don't know our reality, how can we explain it to them? Brothers, actually, I had people tell me I need to get permission. Are you serious? No, I'm not doing that. Okay? So if the scholars believe that we came here on slave ships and that we were slaves, which isn't true, and that this isn't our land, they're going to give us responses based on that. But really, the responses they should be giving us the same responses they're giving the Palestinians as an occupied land. That's the same response they should be giving us. But they don't know because we're not telling them. We're not telling them the truth. The truth of the matter is not being told to them. But anyway, I digress. And the reason I'm saying that the reminder of the foundation of everything is that when we're going out and helping people and we're going out and aiding our people, and when I say our people, I'm talking about the indigenous Black American population. Okay? Because there's a difference between who I am spiritually as a Muslim and what that comes with that and who's connected to me through that. But I'm also not the same. I'm also tribally something. Okay? I'm also tribally something. My grandparents were Blackfoot Indians. I'm tribally connected to those people. I'm tribally connected to the so-called African American. I'm tribally connected. Some of them are Muslims, so it's an extra right that goes along with them, and some of them are not. So we still have that tribal connection. And I'm going to aid them. Excuse me for a second here. All right. And I'm going to aid these people. And I don't need anyone's permission to aid them. I don't need anybody telling me that it's okay for me to aid my people. I just don't need that type of permission. And I'm not asking for it. Because the reality is this. It behooves us. It doesn't make any sense to live in communities that are Aboriginal communities, aka ghettos or Black Americans. Really, they're just reservations. That's really what they are. They're just reservations with no walls that they put us on. Okay? The reality is this. It behooves me to keep my money and my resources in the neighborhood that I live in. Let's get past all these people trying to call it nationalism. Let's get past all these people trying to throw salt in the game. How Somali get up there talking about black nationalism. How dare he? Get up there and talk about black nationalism. You haven't went through 1 ounce of my people went through. 1 ounce of what I've been through, of my mother has been through, who's a broken woman because of what this system has done to her. How dare this foreigner get up there and tell us we can't care about our people. And if we do, it's nationalism. And we accept that crap. We accept this. We sit there in the audience. These black men, the Aborigine men is sitting in the masjid allowing this foreigner to tell them not to care about their own. That's insane. That just doesn't make any sense. They let a brother give a khutbah telling them, these Aborigine men of America, who we've been here for hundreds of thousands of years or more. Okay? Our land, our empires. I mean, and we let this brother from Morocco, may Allah bless him, get on the minbar in New Jersey and tell us only Muslims are our people? And we accept that speech. We sat there with our heads down like chumps. Because let me tell you something. Those foreigners don't do that in their own land. Because when they talk about Egypt, they talk about all the Egyptians, the Christians included. So what I'm saying is that it behooves us, because at the end of the day, I live in an Aborigine community. And when I go outside, everybody looks like me. Why would I take my money and my dollars outside of that community? Why would I do that? Why wouldn't I start group economics in that community, Muslim or not? That the money stays there, that the schools stay there, the housing stays there. It behooves me and my children to do that. It doesn't make any sense. And if we think only right they have over us is calling the Tawheed, then we don't understand Islam. If we think the only right that these human beings that look like us, the only right they have is that I call them the Tawheed, that's the only right they have? Oh, you can't be serious. We gotta be tired of being oppressed. We're talking about in the justice system. We're talking about in the health system. We're talking about policing, housing. It's not one single system in this country that doesn't discount us and put us to the side. But we water down our problems. Because we say, well, we got to deal with the Muslim problems. Hold up. In America, the Muslim problem is the indigenous problem. Because most of the the Muslims are indigenous. What are you talking about? If my son goes outside right now, Kufi or not, driving down the street, he can get pulled over. They ain't seeing no Kufi. Okay? My life has been the same life as every other young black man in this country. And guess what? My name's Issa. Christopher Michael Poston. But I go by Issa. So at the end of at the end of the day, we got to stop this foolishness, y'all. We got to stop this foolishness. We got to stop this foolishness, man. You know what I'm saying? So basically what I wanted to say is this. When we're trying to help our people, if we want to sincerely help our folk, then this thing has to be based on La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. It has to be based on Tawheed. And what I mean by that is that so it can be sincere. So it can be an act of ibadah so we get rewarded for it. If we looked at this thing as an act of ibadah, getting close to our Lord, we would never run out of energy. Okay? This kills all that black nationalism garbage. It kills all that garbage. What do you mean black nationalism? Who? I don't believe Aborigines are better than anybody. Except with Taqwa. But I do believe they need more help than anybody else. You're not going to tell me that I got to now turn my attention to some other group of people and when my people suffer. And you tell me to suffer in silence. I mean, people literally take it to Allah. What do you mean? What does that mean? Take it to Allah. What does that mean? That mean you don't work? No, you want me to be silent and quiet. But I won't be. Because people came here, invaded our lands, slaughtered us, killed us, changed our names to Negro, Black, African American, hung us from trees, burned our women, cut babies out of their stomach, did the Trail of Tears, moved us all over the country, put us in ghettos, then gave our rights and our lands to people that look like Asians, Mongoloid, these so-called Native Americans. And then you call me an African. Took my heritage and everything from me, everything from my grandparents, everything from my people. You continue to terrorize us, burn up our Black Wall Streets, drop bombs on us like the move in 1985 in Philadelphia. You owe us hundreds of billions of dollars. Go to the National Archives. Go to it. You owe us hundreds of billions of dollars, but we remain quiet about our rights. Because our mindset is overseas, thinking about what's going on between scholars and stuff in the desert. We cry about what's going on in Syria and Palestine than we do our own. My land is being occupied. My land, I mean, we've been on occupation for 400 years. 400 years we've been under occupation. But I can't cry over this. I can't be. My mother is a broken woman and on drugs because of this system. But I got to look overseas. I got to worry about what's going on in the desert. You can't be serious. You can't. We can't be serious, man. Wallahi, we can't be serious. My responsibility is right here. To these people right here. Call them to Tawheed. Trying to help them economically if I can. Trying to help them socially if I can. That's my responsibility. Because guess what? The Palestinians only been going through that for 60, 70 years. We've been going through it for over 400 years. But we cry about other people's plight. This is my land. My ancestors been here for hundreds of thousands of years. All of us. But we allow these people to call us everything. Black, Negro, African American. Lying. But people say, oh, what's the end game? What do you mean what's the end game? Everybody else has the right to know who they are but us. I have to accept the fact that I'm African, even though I know it's a lot. I have to accept the fact that I'm black and Negro and colored, even though those are not even real names and titles that somebody who invaded my land gave me. I have to accept that behavior. I have to accept that because I'm taught to be weak and to bow my head. But I'm not going to do that because Allah named me a Muslim. Allah gave me Islam, not to be a chump, but to be a man, to be strong. Allah gave me deen. He gave me La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm trying to explain to people, you're not just a Muslim. That's who I am spiritually, but who I am tribally is great and it's beautiful. Our empires are old, ancient, and they've been here. And it's beautiful. And it's okay to love it. It's older than anything that's in Africa. I don't have to claim Africa. Our empire is older than that. So be proud. You walk down the street knowing that this was the land of your ancestors. And treat it like that. We walk around and say, oh man, this is a Kafir nation. This is a Kafir nation, so who cares? You know. That's what they want us to feel like. It doesn't have to be though. So basically what I'm saying right now is that we got to get this Tawheed thing together. We got to get this light of the law thing together. So every single movement that we do, like what's going on in Philadelphia right now with the Mekteb Ibn Taymiyyah. The brothers are doing the night shift t-shirts and everything like that. Where's this? Come on, y'all. Let's do this. We always talking about we don't have nothing. But when somebody's doing something, we don't do nothing. Man, it should be nothing but money just pouring in to that Mekteb. I mean, I know some of us broke. We can't really send no bread. But make dua. Share it on your page. You understand what I'm saying? And you just send $1. Whatever. You get a couple, 1,000 people just sending $1 every month. What can you do? You understand what I'm saying? So I'm saying is that, but the problem is though, when we go into stuff, we have to base it on light of the law. Because when it's based on light of the law, you don't lose any strength. It's sincere. It's an act of ibadah. You understand that concept. And it's all about getting the human being back to the contract he made with Allah first, which is what? When the Lord took us from the loins of Adam, what did he count? Alastu bi rabbikum? Qalu bala. Is I'm not your Lord? They say, oh yeah, you are Lord. You understand? He said, you are Lord. So we got to get people back to that. We got to get our people back to the natural order of things. But I definitely asking nobody permission to help my people. I ain't doing that. I don't have to do that. I don't. And guess what? This is our land. We've been here. We've always been here. So treat it like that. Act like that. Have some pride in yourself. Walk down the street not with some pride that knowing what type of human being you are, what stock you come from. Allah made you a Muslim, but he also allowed you to be from an indigenous population of people whose empire stretched back hundreds of thousands of years or more. That survived. That was good in mathematics, writing, sciences, right here in the Americas, from Canada on down to South America. I ain't got to claim nobody else's continent. And I won't. So we got a fair law, people. We got a really fair law, subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know, so alhamdulillah, Maghrib's in, but then part 2 will be right after Maghrib. I'm sorry, part 2 will be right after Maghrib. And it's just going to be about some of the benefits of la ilaha illallah. Okay? And how everything we do have to be built upon that. You understand what I'm saying? So like I said, I have a group it's called Conversation on Indigenous Topics. And right now, me and those brothers right now are brainstorming, reading books about power, group economics. What's the obstacles in our way? Because we're serious about making some changes, y'all. We got to stop talking about it, just be about it. Because our women waiting for us. Our children are waiting for us. They dying in the streets, man. They dying in the streets, y'all. Every single war in this country we was in, either fighting to keep our land or being a part of the military. And we died all over the world. But we still dying right here. Don't have no rights right here. Nothing. Nah, man, I'm not going for that, man. I'm not quiet about that. I got sons to look at. I got daughters to look at. So all I'm saying is that let's stop talking about it, man. All of us got something we can give. Who's good at economics and financing? Okay, come on aboard, okay? I'll add you to the group. Give us some insight. How can we make a bank account? We putting the money in there. And then we figure out where to put that money, invest that money in. We talking about making changes. We can't make no change without no bread. You can't make change without no money. You want strength, you want a voice, have some bread. And you go sit to the table. They gotta respect you. They may hate you, but they gotta respect you. And they gotta let you in. You know why? Because they can make money off you. You want to deal with this pilgrim, this invader, this occupier? The only way to do it is come to the table with money. So that way you can have a political voice and some changes can happen in your favor. Just thinking about rioting and protesting in the street, that stuff don't make no difference. Protesting, screaming and hollering in the streets, that don't make no difference. Nobody's listening to that. That ain't from Islam anyway. And that's one of the reasons it ain't from Islam, because it's faux it's confusion. It don't bring nothing. Spirituality, economics. If you got those things, you can raise your people up to the status that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave them the right to have. And that's all I'm saying. So inshallah after Maghrib, I will go into part 2 of this class. And I'm sorry that I went on a little tantrum. But at the end of the day, I'm just tired of people making it seem like I need somebody's permission to help my folk. I don't need nobody's permission for that. And I'm not asking nobody's permission neither. Okay? At the end of the day, remember this. All of you Aborigines, so-called Black Americans or Africa, whatever they want to call us now. You are the only non-immigrants in this land. Again, you are the only non-immigrants here. Everybody else came here. And everybody else comes here and live off your misery. The Arabs, the Africans, the Pilgrim invaders, all of them live off your misery. And when you stand up, they fall off your back because everybody's standing on it. So you Muslims that are Aborigine, you should be the face of this positivity. You should be the face and the source and the foundational principle, the foundational brick that's uplifting people. If you are not, you are failing humanity. Yeah. We didn't come here. The only immigration that we did was them moving us around the country. To the Caribbean, back from the Caribbean to North America, to different states, mixing the tribes together. That's the only immigration we did with an E. They did the immigration with an I, the other people. So I'm saying to everybody right now, you Muslims who are Aborigine, I'm calling you out. We should be foremost. We should be the face of almost every positive movement that's going on in this country to help our people. And it should be known that it's based upon Tawheed, upon getting rid of the first social ill, which is Ishraq Billah, and establishing the first social uplifting, which is Tawheed. And when we're doing that, the economics and everything else Mix it in with it. It'll be sincere positivity. And inshallah ta'ala, I'll be back in a few minutes after I make Maghrib. So we'll start the second part of this class. But I'm telling you, a revolution that we're talking about here is a spiritual one, an economic one, and a social one. I don't need to overthrow this pilgrim to better myself with these people. I don't. Because Allah is going to take care of all that oppression. He's just. He's going to take care of all of that. But what we need to do is make ourselves better human beings spiritually and be the leaders holding the hand of our Aborigine people. And if we're not doing that, we're failing them. And we need to shut our mouths. We need to shut up. If we're not holding the hand of our Aborigine people of this country, holding their hand, the guiding light for them, and we're letting Jesse Jackson do it, Al Sharpton do it, we're tripping. We're tripping. We got to be the leaders because we are the most just nation raised up for mankind. We got the wahi, the revelation. We got the sunnah of the best of creation, Muhammad ibn Abdullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We do. So inshallah ta'ala, I'll be back after Maghrib. And inshallah, it'll be basically on La ilaha illallah Muhammad. It'll be basically on the meaning of La ilaha illallah. A small little thing. But I'm sorry, I kind of went long-winded and I got a little emotional about it. But I'm tired of being oppressed. I'm tired of being treated as second-hand class citizen in my own country. Country that my ancestors have always been here. And that I got to live underneath the system of somebody who ain't even from here. Allah didn't give me Islam to suffer in silence. He didn't give me Islam not to better myself. Islam is complete. It's an embetterment spiritually, economically, and everything else. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us better people. And inshallah, the part 2 will be after Maghrib. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.